Yo, 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 what's going on, guys? Hope everything's well so far. Friday is the day. Um, Crazy, crazy timing. End of the week, Saturday, plan, Sunday, rest day, Monday, back at it again. But I just wanted to give my trade recap for today, which today is the 29th of the 8th, 2025. And with that, let's get right into it. Okay, so the two pairs I was looking at, obviously not GJ. Um, just because this whole week we've just been really balanced price action. Um, like this is a consolidation range, another consolidation range, and this is the consolidation range. So like we hit Friday. This was the beginning of the week. Actually, yeah, beginning of the week somewhere around here. But as you can see, it's just how do you even trade this? Just just multiple consolidation ranges. even this whole thing. Oh, even this whole thing here. Consolidation. So it's interesting. So GJ wasn't a pair to trade at all this week. So if you try to trade GJ, you're crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. But with that in mind, two pairs I'm looking at GU. So GU, I wanted to see what the high time frame was looking like, right? So I drew out my little tool. Wanted to see what our main bias was, right? So we broke structure here, made it high, then a low, broke structure. We made a push up, a push down, unable to take close below these lows. Therefore, these highs were is a nice draw on liquidity just because it's failed to do its job. And what do? We broke structure again. And with that, we had a push down, we had a push up, but unable to close to continue on the trend. So what does that mean? That means that we could be potentially going bearish, right? But it depends because remember, this structure is still intact. Since we didn't break structure and structure hasn't formed at all, this is still our low that we're looking for, right? This is still our primary low. So the major low would have been here, and the major high would have been here. And with that in mind, I went into the 5 minute right to see what Asia session did. Asia session did. So if price broke below this low, oh sorry guys, if price broke below this low, that means we would have been shifted bearish, right? But this was used as liquidity for me, just because I did think that we could take out these lows and these lows without closing below this low. As you can see, we tried to do that. Um, with a few minutes before the hourly closing, it jumped back up again, and I wanted to see, okay, so buyers might be still active just because we were still able to close above this 1 hour low. So I wanted to see this low get taken out, because if that low gets taken out, that's the range filled, right? That's liquidity. That's all of liquidity taken out from sell side, like just in this area in general, right? But we just kept making some huge moves down, respecting bearish like order flow, like just going crazy, and the by the time it got to like 9 o'clock, um, like as you can see around 8:10, we broke structure back down again. So I was kind of like, oh, okay, it's a wrap. Like, um, probably can't really find anything on GU. Probably have to wait till Monday, just because. I mean, you could probably catch a continuation, but again, from a 1 hour POI, I don't know, equilibrium being around there somewhere, and you got an order block here, you could take a trade off. But with that in mind, my trade was on Euro USD today, Euro USD was really clean. Um, so I wanted to see what Asia did, right? And same kind of thing here. I was looking at the structure, right? So you can see we made a high, we made a low, unable to close above. So what did I do? Take out these highs. But we also didn't close above these highs, right? So we're still kind of bearish, right? So we took out these lows and actually closed above, right? But again, new structure formed, right? We made a high, we made a low, we broke structure. So it doesn't matter about this kind of this move here, right? That doesn't really matter anymore, right? Because around here we broke structure. Now, now if I was on this day and I saw this break of structure, I'm bullish. It doesn't matter about these highs are just used as liquidity. These highs and these highs, because we're focusing on current structure, right? Um, we made a high, we made a low, we broke structure. We were chopping up here, but we did make highs and we did make lows, and we did break structure, right? So this low means something, right? Because this is current structure, so this low means something. So ideally, it should be respected, and we didn't close below it, right? And what was that in confluence with? A fair value gap. I remember talking about this a couple of videos ago that liquidity with a fair value gap um, is is a definitely high probability trade, right? But like I said, I only trade London session. So what did Asia do? Asia actually swept out these lows I was talking about before, these protected lows, and I wanted to see whether I was kind of just playing on whether we close below these lows or not. So I wanted to see what Euro USD did, right? So when London session opened, um, as you can see, I was just marking our previous 5 minute structure, which just before London opened, we broke structure to the downside and then broke it to the upside. And as soon as London session opened, I wanted to see if this bullish order flow, because we just switched bullish, right? This bullish order flow gets respected, right? And I wasn't sure at first, just because sometimes you never want to enter blindly into a POI like this, even though we are bullish on the 1 hour, technically, because again we swept out these lows and didn't close below these lows here. But what did the 1 hour do? Yeah, we swept these lows. We made a breaker structure. I wanted to see if we respect that, right? And what did price do? Price now, yeah, broke structure to the upside. I wanted to see how we react on this POI, right? This order block. Let me get rid of this so it looks a bit cleaner. Um, which was this. Even though we did break fractal, this swing low and this swing high is still intact, right? So ideally, this fair value gap shouldn't really mean anything, right? So I did not enter on this doji or this bearish candle. I did enter on this push up. That's why my entry was somewhere around here. But the only thing that I had to look out for was just this fair value gap, as we could come down and sweep out these lows, potentially sweeping out these lows, not closing, not closing in the, still closing within this bullish order block, and to continue to rise, right? But with this second bullish candle, I was pretty convinced. So I kind of just read this trade out. To me, it was a good trade just because we broke structure, so this low is protected or should be protected, in line with the 1 hour bias of making higher highs and higher lows, right? This is our high, this is our low. Price didn't close below it. As you can see this line here, we didn't close below it, right? So it was kind of just waiting on, okay, cool. When is structure gonna shift bullish, right? So we switch bullish after breaking the structure. We switch bullish again. So I want to see if this order block holds, right? This order block does indeed hold. My take profit was Asia highs, and my stop loss was below the protected low, which is here, as we broke structure before. And for this trade to be invalidated, we would need to come out and close below these lows. That means we're targeting Asia lows, right? But I was pretty convinced just because we swept out these lows already. But it was just a matter of playing on current structure. and see what it was doing um, at the uh, uh, um, at the time, which I don't. We could even continue on the trend. We could even take out these New York highs just because we had a strong push out, closed above, and to confirm that you'll just be playing of current structure, right? So what do we see here? Price at equilibrium. What's below that? This fair value gap, and I'll enter on this candle here just because we sellers tried to take control of it but didn't, and we made the second candle and this kind of engulfing candle here, and I'll target again New York highs. But yeah, GU just ripped down to the downside. It's definitely switching bearish. I can tell you that. Maybe to take out these lows here. Oh wait, no, that's GJ. We could be potentially filling in this area here, or even taking out these lows down here, right? So, um, with that in mind, today was a winning day. This trade was 2.8 R, 2.79 R. Beautiful trade, beautiful execution. Price just did its thing. What pretty much sold it for me, as I was thinking about getting out just because GU was ripping to the downside, right? And Euro USD kind of correlates with GU. But I see that we were holding, right? We weren't getting any aggressive pushes down, and our bullish POIs were holding, right? Um, was this big push up around? I think this was 8 o'clock, like just before 8 o'clock. Yeah, um, yeah, 7:50. We had a huge push up and we closed above like this. If we still broke, if we had a huge rejection from here, I would definitely get out. Just risk management. Um, but with that in mind, that is today's trade. Stop loss below protected low, targeting Asia highs. Um, and yeah, good Friday. Good to end off the week with a good trade. And with this, I did pass my phase one, 10k funded account. So now we're on to phase two, but I might just take it easy because I was kind of aggressive with the lot sizing. Just because with evals you don't want to be spending weeks and weeks on them. Um, so I was risking 2% in one of my trades that I won, and this was a like a 1.5% kind of trade, which got me to $801. So that was enough to hit phase two. And yeah, we are in phase two. I think I might go back to live next week, just depending on the situation. But yeah, we are working to get funded, boys. First week and already hit phase one. Oh, yeah, we already completed 8% of 10k. It's crazy, crazy timings. But we will take it easy just because we need to make 4% next week, and that's only two trades realistically. But you never know with risk management and everything like that. Might take a bit longer, but who knows? But gotta thank the man above. If it wasn't for him, none of this would be possible. And yeah, hope you guys have a good one. Take care. Have a great, great weekend, lads. Peace, peace, peace out.